Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your girl Sharon, and if you're tuning in for the very first time, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below and tell me your thoughts on tonight's review. Tonight's review I will be doing is Tyler Perry's The Oval, and this is season 1, and it's called Unexpected Guests. So let's get into it. So we open up with Richard and Nancy still at the hospital, and Nancy just dropped a bomb on us that Picky is her son. And Richard tells her to tell him about the affair. He makes Barry leaves the room, and we find out Miss Saint, saved and sanctified Miss Saint, who really ain't, Nancy, had an affair on Richard while he was on duty in the war. Something tells me that it might be Sam, baby. Something in the water is saying it might be a little bit too messy. It could be one of his, it could be Sam, it could be a brother, it could be a cousin, or another friend. I don't know, but the way she might, so, she's like, no, I'm not telling you. Nancy, you got your nerve not to tell him about an affair. At this point, you got no other choice but to tell this man everything that happened. You got no choice but to come clean and tell him the truth. Because you're afraid that who you tell him it is, Picky's father is, he may flip the script. And it might be unforgivable to him where he wants a divorce for you and throws you out. Not only did you have an affair on this man, but you had a baby and gave it to your crackhead sister. And I'm thinking it might be somebody he know. Could it be the man she was talking about to Sharon that he might have knew? Or it could be Sam, or it could be a friend, or it could be a cousin or a brother. Child, we shall see. So Richard is mad, and she's basically telling him, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here with you. He don't want you there with him because he mad with you. He mad with you. You waited 30 years to tell him that. Sad. And so he kicks her out the hospital and the house. Okay, because he's mad. He may be in pain, but he's mad and he's crying. The doctor comes in, basically lets him know that he's free to go if he wants to go home. And she coming in there looking like, oh, what did I just walk into? Oh, you walked into a whole lot of drama, doctor. You might want to get up out of there because it's about to be some furniture moving. But thank God it wasn't. Thank God it wasn't no furniture moving, because Richard is not feeling up to throwing any furniture or breaking anything. So Nancy leaves the hospital. So we go to Donald's house, and he's watching the news. And he sees that 2 agents are on the news. Okay? One of them is dead, and one of them is intensive care. Dun 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 dun. Could it be? Somebody said in the comments down below that they think Max is alive and he's going to come back for Kyle. And I'm praying and hoping you, the person that said it last week, I forget your name, but you was right on the money when you said this, because when Kyle shot Max out Denise's door, there's a possibility he could have had a bulletproof vest on, or Kyle he missed certain organs, or Max is just a beast like that. But I think then there's a possibility the way Uma was laying, she could be alive. But I'm praying and hoping that Max is alive and he's getting revenge on Kyle, because Kyle needs to go. I'm sick of Kyle, but would the show really be that interesting if we didn't have a villain like Kyle? let's be real. Like, villains in certain situations make shows more interesting. Hello. I mean, look at Thanos in the Avengers. Would the Avengers have been that interesting if they didn't have an opportunity? You know, if Thanos wasn't the villain and Thanos wasn't a priority to, get. So, with that being said, I'm just hoping Max is the one who survived. And he's like the whole Avengers, and he assembles on Kyle's ass. Avengers, assemble. Max, assemble. But anyhow, so Kyle comes to Donald's house. He basically calls him and he is like, "What do you want? My wife is here." He's like, No, she's not. I know where your wife is. She's at the hotel. So why are you lying? I'm about to come over and give you something you can feel. So open the door." So he comes in and they're talking about the situation. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I set that all up and made it look like they were both in love with Denise and they both were going after each other. I took pictures of them and with the surveillance camera and, this, that, and the fourth. I set that all up good. We good to go. Don't worry about that. Light work." So you think, Kyle? We'll see who survived. And it's going to cost you in the end. My gut, just like that person down in the comments said, my gut too, now that I think about it, there's a possibility it might be Max. And he's going to assemble on you, Kyle. Max the Avenger, assemble. But anywho, so they're talking about it. And, Kyle is basically like, your wife is at a hotel with some guy that's getting her help. And he's a pretty good professional, but I don't think he knows that it's Bobby that's giving her the help. Okay? And we gonna get into that. So they're talking, and then, Max proceeds to kissing Donald, and all of a sudden, he's giving Donald a D session. You come through the door, kissing and giving D sessions. Okay, God. Okay. So then we have the president who calls Donald on the phone, and he basically tells him what Diane, the press secretary, has done, because he talks to him about, he's like, "Look, Ailey, the aide basically told me what Diane is doing. She thinks those yellow panties are Ailey's, and they're not. And I think you know who panties they are. And, you better get that trick under control." Basically what the president told her. Otherwise, you, me, and her, we gonna all have some problem. While he on the phone, Kyle is giving him a D session or whatever. But Kyle, you just a regular old slut, you. And see, Donald, another thing too, see, this is why your wife don't want to come home. Because you don't let Kyle back up in there, he giving you another D session. I don't blame Lily for not wanting to come home. And I don't blame her for wanting to stay with Bobby so he could give her something to feel, So, Lily, stay where you at, girl. Stay where you at. That's right. Get a divorce. It ain't worth it, because he don't even got enough respect to keep them hoes out the house. Hello. I wouldn't want to be married to nobody like that. You ain't got enough respect for me. I am not going for this. Number one, you're gay. Number two, we got to put up a front. Number three, you're showing me no respect at all. Number three, you're bringing us in our house and you don't have this person in your bed. It's just like you get yucky. Like, you think about that. This person was in my bed and that was just for us. I don't want to be in this bed with you. And, knowing that you had a whole affair in this bed and I was listening to you guys getting it on. That's kind of tormenting a little bit, and that could kind of mess you up. So I understand where Lily is coming from, and she don't want to do it. So we go to next scene where we have Priscilla and Sam. He comes in, of course, Sam being Sam, is he's sexy as he is, handsome Sam. We're gonna call him handsome Sam. He got a nice body. He got body yaddy. Handsome Sam and body yaddy Sam. That's what we'll call him. So, Priscilla, you still out here rejecting your husband? You rejecting Sam, as handsome as he is with a body yaddy yaddy? You're not gonna give him now. Oh, okay. So you're setting yourself up for failure. We established that. You can't keep on turning him down. Y'all ain't had sex in 3 weeks, a month, 2 months. Was it a month, 2 months? Sam said, and Sam has a high sex drive. Ladies, let me tell you something. You cannot have a husband and think that you cannot have sex with him and think he's going to be all right. Like I said before, I have a saying that every relationship needs relationship maintenance, and that's talking, having sex, and spending time with each other, having compassion and understanding, and everything else. Okay? You guys have to be on the same accord on multiple things. And if you are not, then guess what? You open yourself up for open season for things to happen. And this is one of the things that's about to happen. Because you, Priscilla, rejecting your husband, not wanting to give him none, and then making him feel like he's the problem. You're opening yourself up for opening season. And we already know the first lady got a thing for Sam. And we already know the first lady ain't getting none. So we all know her and Sam might pretty soon link up. And you don't got nobody to be mad at, Priscilla, but yourself. Okay? And she tells him to go take a cold shower. That's not gonna work, baby. He needs you to give him something he can feel. To let him know that your love is real. Okay? And you ain't giving it to him. So he gonna go on and screw the first ladies. You get that out the door. You can be mad with him later, but he's gonna go on and screw the first lady because it's not right. I don't condone cheating, but still on the same note, we are all human and we have feelings and emotions and we have needs, and they're a good looking couple. They got it going on. So y'all should be having sex on the regular. Hello. Especially when you are good looking couple like Sam and Priscilla. Sam, he's handsome Sam. You're Priscilla, you're chocolate goddess. Oh yeah, you need to be your husband on regular. But you're not. So ladies, take notes. Have sex with your husband, because if you don't, somebody else gonna come in and take over. So, even if you gotta give him lazy sex, that's all he just wants. Sometimes they don't even care. Even if it's lazy sex, it's just take it. I'm tired. Just go and do you. Go and do you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Like, even if it's lazy sex, they still don't care if it's lazy sex or not. As long as they got there. I got mine. You better get yours. In the words of Bernie Mac, I got mine. You better get yours. Yeah. Basically, so with that being said, even as a lazy sex, you should have just, okay, Sam, I'm tired, just take it all. Sam wouldn't have cared. he seemed like, to me, the type, just let it. I got everything. Because the way he was saying, we ain't got to be loud about it. Unless he's one of those men, he just need the whole full thing. But most men, you just lay there. Just let me get mine. Anywho, so let's get off of that. But we got Nancy, who comes over because Richard done kicked her out the hospital, kicked her out the house. She comes over to Priscilla's house, and basically tells Priscilla about the fair and everything that's going on, how picky is her son, and she needs to stay there. And as Priscilla lets her stay, she's like, look, I'll get the best guest bedroom fixed up for you, and we can go from there. And that's that. Okay. I ain't gonna waste too much time on it. We already know, she told him about Picky being her son, yada, yada, yada. Let's move on to the next thing. Sharon and Karine. So they're back at the pharmacy, and Kareem is convincing Sharon that she doesn't need to move in with her sister. She needs to move in with him. And he wants her to move in, he's just basically convinced her to move in with him. And she goes along with it, and she's like, well, I need to get my stuff from Barry's house, and nobody's there because he's still in jail, so can you take me there to get her stuff? So yeah, so they do that. And of course we all want to know why Kareem wants Sharon to move in, because he still got feelings for her, and he want to give her something she could feel to let her know that his love is real. So let's skirt past that. So we go to the first lady, who's in the residence by herself, and the aide calls her on the phone. And the aide basically lets her know that, oh gosh, I just blanked out for a minute. Sorry, y'all, but I'm back. I was thinking. So the aide basically, so she's on the phone, she's calling the aide and asking the aide, has Ellie, the aide to the press secretary, checked out? And she's like, no, but I'll check. And she's like, I'll call you back. All right. So she hangs up on her. And I know why she called, because she said, your mother is on the phone, First Lady. So that's why the aide initially called her. So the aide calls her, lets her know that her mom called, and she has her mom on hold, and she asks the aide to find out whether Ellie has signed out the White House or yet. So First Lady, takes her mother off hold, talks to her mother. Her mother's like, I've been on hold for too long. Now, what is it? You called me? And she was like, yes, Mom. I need your help. And what is it that you need? Gail, proceeds to tell her mother, Gail called a lawyer, a good lawyer, because she wants to be emancipated. And these kids are out of control, beyond my control, and they need a taste of you to get them back in line. At this point, she called on the right person, her mama, who ain't a joke, because she's scared of her mother. She said, well, I will be there first thing in the morning. And make sure you bring that pervert of a son, Jason. He's coming too. I need to teach him a lesson. Oh, mama gonna get them all together. See, Gail, your mama had a plan for you. She was gonna get you more ways than one without putting her hand on you. And that's the worst behind whipping you can ever get. My mother used to say to us, I'm going to get you more ways than one. And it would be like, you know what, just go ahead and beat me already. Because what you saying to me right now, I know in the long haul, without you putting a hand on me, you going to get me more ways than one. Gail, your mama going to get you more ways than one. And she going to show you. Because Victoria does not back down from a challenge. She loves a challenge. The first lady loves a challenge. She ain't backing down from you or nobody else. So, girl, I told you, Gail, she was going to get you. Your old thought pocket hot in that. Wait, see where they got you. They going to ship you up and ship you out to the same place they did Victoria. How you doing? How you doing? But anywho, let's move past that. We go to Bobby and Lily, and we have before us a drunken Lily. Lily done got her some of that cognac or that tequila or that fine wine up in her. And we got a drunken and free Lily. And let's say it at one time. A drunken tongue speaks a sober mind. And when you have wine, it gives you courage. It's considered courage juice. Liquor and wine, for some and most people, can be courage juice. And it can help you speak your sober mind. So, she meets up with Bobby. She has some drinks, got her feeling good. And they gazing at each other. And she just wants Bobby. And, Bobby is like, am I a piece of meat to you? Lily is like, yeah. This, what I just drank, got me feeling good. So that's all I see you as right now. So I need you to give me something I can feel. So you are a piece of meat. And Bobby like, baby, I don't mind. I don't mind being a piece of meat for you. Come in. Let me give you something you can feel. And we all know sexual chocolate. Bobby gonna give her something she can feel. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And I ain't mad at you, Lily. Girl, you better howl at Bobby. You better give him some. Give him something you can feel. Because Donald back at the house allowed Kyle to give him something he can feel. Oh, I ain't mad at you, Lily. I ain't mad at you, Lily. So yeah, Lily done got some more. And sexual chocolate, Bobby done got down to the get down. So Lily getting a P section, and Donald at home getting a D section. So it works out good. So I ain't mad at you, Lily. Go and get you some. All right, y'all. So move past that. So we got Gail on the phone with the lawyer, and he's like, look, Gail, I ain't got time for you and your mess. Your parents was very convincing. You made me basically look stupid. And she's like, they did that on purpose. They're good actors. He was like, well, look, if you got some hard evidence, then you come talk to me. And that's bottom line. Other than that, I ain't got time for you and your BS. That's that. And he hangs up on her. So we go back to the first lady who's on the phone. And, the aide is basically telling her that Ellie hasn't signed out. So she's like, okay. Hang up on her. Now she's on her way down to that oval. And we all know when the first lady makes her way down to that oval, it's going to be some problems. But anywho, her first stop before she goes to the oval, she goes to the resident kitchen. And she sees who? Gail. She said, didn't I tell you you was going to have to come out that room for something? And you out that room. So first lady proceeds to let her know. She said, you know what? I told you I was going to get you. Mm-hmm. And you'll be going with your grandmother, you and Jason. You don't want to comply by my wishes, and you want to run around here like a muck, and y'all think y'all going to do what you're going to do? Well, I'm going to send you off. I'm going to ship you up, and I'm going to ship you up and ship you out somewhere else. And I'm going to teach you a lesson. You're going to learn the hard way. You're going to learn today. So she's like, I'm not going nowhere with my grandmother. You can't make me. Oh, you shall see, and you will see when the grandmother gets there in the morning to come and take you and ship you up and ship you out. So let's move past that. So we go to Barry and his daddy, and they're at the house, and Richard is basically telling Barry, his mom cheated. And he's like, well, Dad, Mom, she can't hurt her soul. And you know how she is. You've been with her for 30 years and, this, that, and the fourth. This is Mom we're talking about. She can't harm her soul. He's basically talking his mother up, which was surprising to me as much as she talked him down. That just lets you know the love that a son has for his mother, because even though Nancy might have did that with his daughter, he still knows the type of person she is, the type of heart that she has. You see what I'm saying, y'all? And he's basically like, look, this is mom we talking about. And I can probably tell you that's her only transgression with you, and her only transgression with me was my daughter. And, won't you just forgive her? And he's looking like, well, won't you forgive Sharon? Let me know. He's like, so Dad, you never cheated on mom the whole 30 years. He said, no, I haven't. I haven't cheated on your mother. I've been faithful for her 30 years. And he basically is like, she cheated on me and don't even want to tell me who the person is, and it started making Barry think about some things. So out of the blue, while they're talking, Sharon's phone is on the table and it rings. And it's Kareem calling her. So I guess Barry must have known she was upstairs packing her stuff. So she goes upstairs and, they start talking and boom, there it goes. They start venting their feelings. And Barry, he didn't go off the handles because his father said, hey, boy, before you go off there, just remember, we have no more favors, letting him know. You go up there and start some bull crap with that girl and get yourself in trouble, you're going down for a long time. Just keep that in mind, boy. So, Barry at this point, Barry loves Sharon. He don't want her to go nowhere. And he tells her that. He's like, I'm sorry for how I've been acting towards you. And Sharon was like, you're the reason why I had this affair. Because of how you was treating me, how you was dogging me out and acting towards me. And he was like, look, I don't want you to go nowhere. And, I'm sorry. I love you. And of course, once he said that, and he started venting to her because she still feel the same way too. What they do? Get back together. She's staying in the house. And Richard comes upstairs, I guess, to make sure everything all right, to make sure Barry ain't going off the hinges. And he tells her thank you. And they basically let him know that she's gonna stay, yada yada yada. And moving on to the next. Nancy, Priscilla, and Sam. They're talking about everything, going back to Sam and Priscilla's house. And, Sam out of nowhere shows up in the guest room, butt naked, looking for Priscilla, not knowing Nancy was there. And, which I thought was funny. Yeah. So he's embarrassed because he see Nancy. And is it me? Or Nancy gave him a look like, oh, I remember what that was like, Oh, I remember having a piece of that. I don't know. I don't know 100% sure, but kind of looked like it. Like she might have had that before. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But anywho, so Sam and Priscilla are in the bed. And of course, he's still trying to get it on with her. And she was like, you know what? You are getting on my nerves. Oh, he getting on your nerves and you ain't have sex with him in a while. All right, Priscilla. We'll see where this leads you. I got a feeling where it probably going to lead you. But, keep on brushing that man off like that. Anywho, move past that. We go to Kareem and Sharon. Sharon getting in the car to tell Karine that, she's going to stay at the house with Barry. And he gets mad. He starts blowing up. He tells her that she's fired. Get out of his car. Go stay with her drug dealing boyfriend. And yada, yada, yada. And she's like, you can't fire me. He's like, I just did. You fired. Get out my car before I go off. And the way he went off on her, like, he could be a womanizer. Like, Sharon, if you don't get out of my car right now, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. Am I the only one who peeped that? That Kareem could be the type of guy that puts his hand on women? Y'all let me know. Because that's the vibe that I got on. I was like, oh, he getting a little bit too much. So, now we move on to the last scene, the main scene, with the president and Ellie. And she's telling him everything. And they're in there talking. And he brings up this governor or senator that she used to work for. And he's like, I did my research on you and this, that, and the fourth. And, she's like, I never had sex with him. And he brings something up and puts something out there in the air as to where he thinks Ellie might have slept with the senator or the governor because she worked with him. And Ellie proceeds, to talking, and she's like, look, I know what I look like. Okay? And if I sleep with you, it's only because I want to sleep with you. And I'm not the type of woman who gets to where I am because of how I look and who I slept with. And she takes her red dress off to show that she had a black bra set. So the yellow panties wasn't hers, Diane. But she's still a tramp. You opening your legs for married men. I can't do that. But yeah, she's opening up her dress, showing her body. And girlfriend, you got a nice body. Like, the stomach is snatched, okay? The legs, it looked like you work out, okay? If you're working out, girl, you look good. You look good. You look blessed. And yeah. So, Hunter is into that whole dominatrix thing. He likes women to beat on him and, all that other crazy frigga-diggy stuff that he likes, So he likes a woman to take charge with him, when it comes to sex or whatever, She puts her foot in between his legs and he just start getting off on that. And I'm just looking like, oh, freak you. And she's like, I will sleep with you if I choose to. And he's looking like, where are you going? She was like, oh, I'm going home. She was like, oh, did you think that I was going to go home and say, I'm going home and I'm going to think about you while I'm touching on him, while I'm touching on myself? And he's being a man. He's getting off on that, trust and believe me. Well, her saying even all that. She's like, I'll let you know if I want to sleep with you. Wraps her dress back up, heads out the door, and boom! Yeah, I think the first lady heard everything she was saying behind that door. But then again, she might have not heard that because those walls are soundproof and I think bulletproof. So, first lady comes in and starts, what? Let's get ready to rumble! Grabs her by here. And Victoria, she could give a good ass whooping. And that's what she did to Ellie. Gave her a good one. Because she told you, didn't I tell you not to be in here with him alone? And okay, so I see what I'm going to have to do for you. So she commits to getting it. Yes! And I'm just looking at her like, you're going to learn today, Ellie. You're going to leave Hunter alone. But do y'all think that she going to mess with Hunter even after the first lady done beat her down? I think Victoria used to fight a lot in that boarding school. That's why she's able to give them behind kickings out that good. You can't tell me she wasn't up in the boarding school, fighting and commits that a whole lot of ass kicking. Because the way she just comes off, like she done kicked Denise, she done kicked Ellie, and she wanted to kick Kyle's, and she be kicking Hunter's, the president's behind. So she just handing them out left and right. Just, who won it? Who won it? Who won it? Who won it? She just, was like, oh, Michelle Obama would have never done that. But we don't know how Michelle Obama. No, I don't think Michelle Obama. But Michelle Obama got fire in her. But she classy-based first lady. Okay? She classy-based first lady. This first lady, child, she a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. What's happening? What's happening? Victoria. She a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet. That's what she is. What's happening? But y'all, that's just my review for Tyler Perry's The Oval. And, be sure to comment down below, like this video. Tell me y'all thoughts and what y'all think is going to happen down below. Let's get into it and let's talk about it down below. I want to know what y'all are thinking, how y'all feel, what y'all think is going to happen, because whoever was in the comments last week and said that about Max, you was on the money, okay? And I would like to hear, let's talk about it. I would like to hear what some of y'all got to say about what y'all think is going to happen. But Tyler Perry, if you ever come across this, we got to see Victoria's father. You got to give us that scene, Tyler, about Hunter's father. Like, he got to be close to Papa Pope, okay? Because when he was on the phone, he gave me that demeanor. Papa Pope, take charge. Victoria's mother gives me Mama Pope. She don't play. So even though Scandal ain't on, this gives a tinty bit of that. So let us see that, Tyler. Give us that good scene with Victoria, Hunter, the kids, the mama, the daddy, and everybody. And them just getting people together, lining them up. And just, let me get you together. Line up. Let me get you together. But anywho, y'all, till next time, see you, shugs.